Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I am sorry. I've been MIA since I think May was the last video that I posted, I believe. So anyway, I am back and I wanted to just pop on really quick. I'm actually working. Mari and I are both working from home. First of all, how many of y'all are still working from home? If you are, comment how has it been if you live with someone or you're married or whatever, your partner. How has it been working from home with your husband or wife or partner or best friend or whatever your situation is? I know for us, it has actually been pretty cool. We have, I'm in the bedroom. Mario, he has a man cave. He was, for the longest, upstairs in his man cave working. And so he would be up there all day. He would come down like for lunch and stuff like that, or just to bother me throughout the day. Or I would go up there to bother him throughout the day. But usually like we are separate from each other from like 7:30 until like 4:35. And but now we finally have furniture in our office, so he's moved downstairs. So now I speak of the devil, he shall appear. I don't know, where'd he go?
Show me love, show me love.
Oh my
show
gosh.
Me love.
Okay, whatever. So yeah, so it hasn't been bad. The home life is great. I've learned how to plant some flowers. They're actually still alive, so that's cool. I was in a hospital for about 4 days in June. I had basically I had a crisis, and that it stemmed from a UTI. I took some medicine that had sulfur in it that I did not realize the antibiotic had sulfur in it. I'm allergic to sulfur, and it basically triggered a crisis. So go figure. But thankfully I was, in and out in 4 days, and it was a difficult stay for me this time, because normally I don't mind being alone in the hospital. Honestly, I prefer to be by myself when I'm in the hospital, because I don't know, I just feel like I feel like people just want to just, are you okay? And I love it. Like I don't mind. I mean, it just can be overwhelming when you're trying to get better, and then you're trying to also, I feel like you have to reassure the people that are there that you're doing good, and you might not be doing good at that moment. But I know for me, I feel obligated to be like, oh, I'm fine, when I might not be fine. And so normally Mario will spend the night, or he'll stay super duper late, and then I'll say, okay, you can go home, the dogs, you gotta let the dogs out. Or my mom in the past, before I was married, she would spend the night. Like, she would not take no for an answer, no matter how many times I would tell her, you can go home, she would never do it. But this time I couldn't have any visitors, so it kind of like, I was just sad. Like, I was so ready to go home. Like, I'm always ready to go home, but this particular time I was just over it quickly. Like, I just could not wait to go home, because I was sad. Mario could not come see me. When he took me to the emergency room, he couldn't even get out with me. Normally he goes in with me. He's there. And then he couldn't even come in with me. And then they admitted me, and then he was able to come up that Sunday, and he spent the day in the hospital. But because he was already up there, my mom could not come. And then after Sunday, they shut down all visitation, period. You could not come up there. And so it just really made me sad. Like, I was like having to FaceTime him, every day, just to talk to him and just to see him. And then I'll have to, talk to my mom. And I knew my mom was sad about it too, because she is not used to not being able to be near me when I'm in the hospital. So I know she was sad. But it also, I had to just stop and give thanks to God, because I was like, you know what? Here I am, complaining about not being able to see my family while I'm in the hospital, when there are people here who are literally dying, who will not get to hold their loved ones' hands before they pass on, or they won't get to see them or touch them or smell them. And then the family on the receiving end of that death, they're not there. And so I really had to check myself for being, in my mind, I felt like I was being selfish, because I was upset and kind of sad that I couldn't have anybody near me. Any other time, I'm like, I don't want nobody there anyways. But because I couldn't have anybody there, I was just like, And then on top of that, the food was disgusting. I never eat hospital food. And so because I couldn't have visitors, it was super duper hard for me to get food sent up to my room. Like Mario and my mom would drop. The rule was, because you couldn't have visitors, on some days they would allow you to drop food off to security downstairs, and then your nurse or somebody from your floor would go get it and bring it up to you. That would take forever. And it did. Every single time they had food delivered to me, I got it cold, because they weren't, nurses and the staff were not jumping quickly to take the elevator all the way down to the first floor to bring patients food. I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, if that's all I have to complain about, then I was blessed, you know. But yeah, I got out in 4 days and all is well. I'm doing fine. I'm still getting my transfusions every 4 weeks, and I'm still going to Vanderbilt to do that. And yeah, so I like I said, I really cannot complain. I've been good. Mario's been good. He's been healthy. Our family's been healthy. And so that's how we have to look at life. I mean, we literally have to take it one day at a time and be grateful and thankful for the good in our lives, because it's so much bad we really can focus on. I mean, we're still fighting for basic civil human rights in 2020. Go figure. People are dying. People are losing their jobs, their homes, their jobs. I mean, their businesses. So yeah, I know for me, if I focus on all that all day, it makes me sad. I can't watch the news all day because it makes me sad. I can't read news articles or click on things that's gonna trigger me into being anxious and start thinking about, well, what if that happens to me, or what if that happens to my family? Like, it's just so much, you know. It's like a stack of pancakes, and it's like we have the pandemic is one pancake. No, not a pancake, because pancakes are good. It's just a stack of BS. The pandemic, fighting for social justice and civil rights. Add that on top. Then you have the hurricane that is displacing hundreds of black people. Add that on top. Then you have people who are losing their jobs. Businesses are closing. Add that on top. Then you have people mad because you have to wear masks. Like, it's a stack of BS. And so we can't continue to focus on the BS. Try to focus on the good. And that is what I have been trying to tell myself, because I feel like the last couple of months, off and on, I've just been kind of like, here we go. Like, here we go. So it seems like it's constantly something. So I've been just kind of redirecting my thoughts and focusing on what's going on in my life. And I know, as selfish as it sounds, I have to do that, or I will be sad all the time. Because just like, I mean, for example, when Chadwick Boseman passed, I was sad for a couple of days. I'm still sad about that. It's unbelievable to me that such a beautiful soul, who was humble and just so talented, and that body of work he put out in that short time, and he did that all while dying. That is crazy to me. And it just reminded me, you got to give people their flowers while they're here. So yeah, that's pretty much where my head is. Like I said, I've been just trying to be centered with what's going on in my life, while at the same time being empathetic to what's happening outside of my bubble, because I can't stress that enough. Like, if you will drive yourself crazy if you spent all of your time focusing on everything that's happening to us, everything that's happening to this country, you will go crazy. You have to find some good somewhere. And I posted that on Facebook a couple of days ago. Actually, I think it was after Chadwick passed away. And I was just like, try to find a silver lining somewhere, because if you don't, you'll find yourself depressed. So yeah, I kind of have a green thumb now. The last couple of months, we've been planting flowers in our front yard. And I could post a picture at the end of this video to show you what it is looking like. I haven't killed them yet, so I guess that's a good thing. And we closed on our house in February, so right before the pandemic hit in March. We closed on our house February, I think the 18th. And so I've been just having fun decorating and just ordering cute little fixtures and not paintings really, just pictures and like plants and just all things home. And so that's been fun. It's been getting a lot of my attention. Mario's been occupied by basketball because it's back. So yeah, That is that on that. And so yeah, it's been cool. Like I said, in my bubble, my family's good. My friends are good, and I'm just praying for other people who are just going through it. I feel like all of us are going through something, and so we really need to pray for all of us. With that being said, it is Sickle Cell Anemia Awareness Month. That's really why I decided to vlog today, just so I could get on here and tell you that it is September, which means it is Sickle Cell Anemia Awareness Month. And if you're not familiar with the disease, this is a great time to get familiar with it. There are several websites. All you have to do is Google. Too many of us are not familiar with this disease, and I know the reason why. It's because it is a Black disease, so there's not going to be as much information. You don't see commercials for somebody suffering with sickle cell disease, like you just don't, or medical commercials for this, because it's a Black disease. If this disease affected more white people, more people would know about it. But this disease is it's killing us. People are having strokes. Their lifespans are shortened. So it is just as heavy as, say, lupus or breast cancer or any type of disease that affects other people, MS. So yeah, in this month, I encourage you guys just to kind of do some research and figure out what you can do in your community to help. There are, I know in Huntsville, we have a sickle cell anemia nonprofit organization where you can donate. You can also go there and volunteer. We have a sickle cell walk every year in June. We didn't have one this year because of COVID. I usually participate, at least I don't think they had one in June. I usually participate every year. Yeah, and I donate. It's just a way it gets people involved, because that's really the only time people are aware of the disease, is when you see a bunch of us walking in downtown Huntsville. So yeah, also during this month, if you are able, I suggest, or I would highly, highly encourage, in fact, I beg, go donate some blood, man. Like, I need your blood. I'm not the only patient who needs your blood. I receive 2 units of blood every 4 weeks. It is keeping me healthy. It is keeping me out of the hospital, and it's keeping me alive. I know God is the only one who's really keeping me alive, but that is a gift He's placed here to help keep me alive, and it's keeping a lot of us as healthy as we can be. And so if you can donate, it literally takes less than 30 minutes. Go donate a unit of blood this month in honor of Sickle Cell Anemia Awareness Month. If you do, just hashtag it and put it down in the comments. I would love to know how your experience was. I've never donated blood. I can't. I'm ineligible to donate. But I used to work at a blood bank, and so I've seen how people react to them. I'm not going to share any stories to scare you off, but if you eat a food, like just eat a good meal and drink you some fluids, like don't drink any caffeine, because that kind of slows down the transfusion. Drink plenty of fluids. Get you some orange juice or apple juice prior to your donation, and you should be good. Don't go in there if you've had anything to drink, like alcoholic wise, and don't go in there on an empty stomach, because I'm not going to lie to you, you will be sick and you may pass out. But if you go in there with the full stomach and plenty of fluids, you will be in and out in 20-30 minutes, and you won't even feel like you've lost anything. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Try to focus on the good, man. Like, that's really all we can do right now, and just stay prayed up and find you some hobbies, and don't dwell on, stop watching the news all day. I have to tell Mario that all the time. Turn off the news. That will drive you crazy. I don't have to watch the news every day, because I'm an empath. Like, I automatically feel little things like that have nothing to do with me affects me to the core. Like I keep bringing up Chadwick Boseman when he passed. Like, that affected me. I cried a couple of times. Like, I knew this man and I did not know him, because I started thinking about his wife, his kids, his family. If he had kids, I don't even know. His mom. I was just thinking about all of those things. And then once you go down that rabbit hole, I start thinking, dang, what if that was my family? What if that were, So I had to snap out of it, basically. And it's okay to be an empath. But I feel like it really can affect your whole mood. And so I have to refocus my attention on other things, because I was like looking at old videos of Chadwick Boseman, and like reading news articles and watching stuff, and I'm like, and I'm boohooing. I'm like, I gotta cut this out. I can't, like, it's okay to mourn for him. There's nothing wrong with it, but it was getting to the point it was affecting me, and so I had to chill. Also, same thing when Kobe Bryant died. I had to really just like, for my own sanity, just had to just like not go down the rabbit hole of like looking at a bunch of photos, reading a bunch of articles, and I'm like, that's not even my family. So imagine how Vanessa Bryant must feel, or Chadwick's wife, you know? So I'm always thinking about like putting myself, if that were me, or if I were in those shoes. So anyway, I don't even know how I got on the subject of that. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. I promise to bring more videos. I hope that you guys are inspired and motivated. And if you're not, that's fine too, because I'm not. I wish I were more motivated. I'm just really not right now. Don't feel obligated to push something out just because you think this is what I should be doing right now. And don't feel obligated. I keep seeing a lot of stuff like, oh, if Chadwick did this, and this during this amount of time, then there's no excuse for you. No, you take all the time you need. When it's your time, it will happen. I don't believe in like producing something just to be productive. You know what I mean? Just when it feels right, do whatever it is on your heart that you want to do. Don't look to somebody else's situation and think I should be doing more. If you want to do more, but don't do it based off of because somebody else is doing more. Okay? So, yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, if you want to know more about sickle cell anemia, Google it. I was going to get on here and do a whole spiel on the disease and talk about how it affects us and all this stuff, but I feel like it's kind of pointless, because this is a video where you can look it up online. Just Google it. There's more information there than I can give you in 20 minutes. You can really do research online. So yeah, but if you want a little bit of information, I'll be happy to do that in another video. But I just did not want to do it today. I just want to say hey and acknowledge that it is Sickle Cell Anemia Awareness Month. And if you have it in you and you are able and eligible, you should go donate blood. And also remember Jeremiah 29:11. Bye. Hey guys, I just want to clear something up really quickly. I feel like I came off as sounding selfish a minute ago when I said basically just kind of focus on, I've been focusing on like what's going on around me or in my home or in my unit. That's not, I'm not trying to convey that. What I'm trying to say is I'm not dwelling on negativity because it affects my psyche. It affects my mood. It makes me sad. It makes me just anxious. So that's what I mean. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm aware of everything that is going on. That hence why it makes you sad, or it makes me sad, because I am fully aware. And so what I've been doing that makes me feel good, instead of like dwelling on certain things I can't control, I give back, or, volunteer, something to help somebody else is going to lift your spirits. Like, it is going to happen naturally when you do it that way. Like, I don't know what it is, but it makes you feel better. So that is what I meant. So I want to clear that up. I'm not saying don't focus on anything. I'm saying just don't dwell on negativity and to the point where it affects your psyche. Find something that's going to lift your spirits. Donate your time, or if you have the funds, donate your funds to a charity in your community to help somebody in need. And that is an automatic spirit lifter. So that's what I meant. So yeah, that's all. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.